Good day, guys. Thanks for visiting Richard's Corner. My name is Richard, and this is another Overflow Marketplace video. As you see here, we've got some awesome items up for grabs, some very large graphic novels, as well as a few video game related figures. And I would love to part with these and help grow your own thrifty collection today. So why don't we go through some of the items in detail so that you have an idea of what is up for grabs here at Richard's Corner. So first up for this video are these graphic novels as well as geek related books here. So we have a couple of anime books here from Shaman King and Naruto, pardon me. We've got an essential Marvel Saga book here. All in here we've got actually a medieval Spawn. Here we have a Star Wars Heroes and Villains poster a page book. And these two massive guys, this is the Orion Omnibus as well as Frank Miller's Big Damn Sin City book from Dark Horse. We also have this awesome Star Wars year by year visual chronicle. So lots of really cool items here. Let's take a closer look at some of them. So just to take a closer look at some of these books here, Shaman King here is actually both Shaman King here and Naruto, Naruto are actually printed in Japanese anime style. Now, I'm not sure if anime fans probably know this, but in case you don't, all Japanese books are actually read top to bottom, but the pages go backwards. So all the credits are on the right-hand page, and all the content follows from this page to that page. So when you're reading it top to bottom, but the frames go from the right-hand page to the left-hand page. So that's a little bit different, but I love that these volumes are actually true to Japanese publishing. So this is Naruto #1, and we've got Shaman King #1. Both of these are in pretty decent shape. I found them at Value Village for $3 each before any kind of discount. I want to let them go for both for $3. So $1.50 a piece, $3 for both of those. Now, the next thing I have up for grabs is actually a really cool comic series that spoke to me called The Marvel Saga, the official history of the Marvel Universe. Picked this up for $10 a while ago. It's a black and white comic, and it basically is a history lesson on some of the milestones that happened way back in the Marvel Universe. So there's actually some narrative notes on top of the actual comic story here. You can see Peter Parker here going through his Spider-Man saga here. So this is actually a really cool item. I haven't touched it in a long time, so it's probably best for me to just let it go. It's an old style comic, so the art is very, very old style. It's not the new computer assisted or generated kind of thing. So it's plain old paper and ink, which there's a lot of charm to it, but it doesn't suit my collection any longer. So I want to let this go. I did get this for $10 at one point. I want to let this go for just $5 for you. So the Essential Marvel Saga for $5. I hope it finds its way to your collection. It is a really cool piece of Marvel history to own. So there's a really cool back cover here. You can see it originally retailed for $27.25 here, so it's actually a $5 book, $5 deal for you versus paying $28 in the store. I think it's a pretty decent deal. So there you go. So next up here we've got the Medieval Spawn starring Witchblade. This really cool. I think it's a one-off. Was originally for $13.50 or so in Canada. This is the modern style art that I'm really into. You can see the shading is really nice. They do use Photoshop these days to color comics, if you didn't already know. And actually, one of my friends used to be a comic colorist, so it's pretty cool. So I know the process, and it is quite amazing. Like the art in especially these Image comics, Image being the publisher, is just phenomenal stuff. I was into Spawn for a long time. I still love their figures. There's the Medieval Spawn right there. But you know what? It doesn't suit my collection any longer. So it's in decent condition. It's not, in super mint condition, but it was originally $13.95. I just want to let it go for a couple bucks, a couple dollars for some really good reading with the Medieval Spawn Witchblade graphic novel there. Another item we have up for grabs here is this Star Wars poster page Heroes and Villains book. Now, this one is actually hard to view. I haven't actually pulled them out, but all of the posters in here actually come out. There's Senator Amidala there. There's the old Obi-Wan from the prequels. This is actually a fairly nice keeper, but you know what? I never did pull out the posters, so they're still folded in here. There's the nice Return of the Jedi Luke there. So they include 7 supersized posters. They span the first 3 movies, obviously, the first 6 movies, not the new Force Awakens or the upcoming Last Jedi. But it is a pretty nice book. I mean, I think I got it as a gift, and I kept it for a while, but I obviously haven't been able to take advantage of it. It doesn't really suit my decor if I started putting up these folded posters. So I want to let it go for just $1. 7 supersized posters plus other posters a day. This was released back in 2015. So hopefully it finds its way into your collection. Just $1 for the Heroes and Villains Star Wars poster a page book. Now, sticking to the Star Wars theme here, this year-by-year visual chronicle is actually pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can slide it out here without it causing any damage to anything here. It's in the jacket, in this book sleeve separately here. And it is just a heavy piece here. There we go. So, a year-by-year visual chronicle of Star Wars. I'm just going to stand up here with the camera so that you can take a look at this. So, now this is basically a history of the making of the Star Wars saga and all the art and concepts that it went through to today. So there's a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff in here, lots of magazine covers and concept art, production pictures of them doing their thing, and it's year by year. So basically starting way back in the 70s when the first Star Wars came out, all the way to the current day, 2000. I think this goes as current as 2006, I believe, 2008, 2009. So it does go into the animated series, the Clone Wars, and such. So it does not, 2012 is the last one. Okay, so it does not go beyond the last, 5 years of Star Wars, but it's still a neat book. I think I got this as a gift. I did look through it for a while, and although production of Star Wars is very interesting, I just really enjoy the movies themselves, and the history, although it's sort of informative, it really didn't speak to me as far as collector's item. So this is a big, like $55 book, believe it or not. So I want to let this go for much less than that, obviously. You know what? I'll ask just $10 for this. $10 for this really minty Star Wars year-by-year visual chronicle. $10 for that. Now look at the size of these guys. I picked these up at Value Village, both of these. I got them quite a year or two apart, actually. Now, this is the DC Heroes Orion Omnibus. This came out a while ago. It originally retailed for $85 Canadian. So I got this for a lot less than the 80-something dollars that it's worth on the cover there. But look at this. Now, this is old style art. Like I said, I'm more of a fan of the new style, but it is in perfect condition. Really well colored. Really, the original comics that comprise this storyline have been reprinted and put into this gigantic book. So it's really cool to have all the volumes in one volume like this. But it is just a mammoth kind of piece in my bookshelf here. So I want to let this go. For, I don't know, I think I could ask $10 for this guy. So $10 for the Orion Omnibus. I think it's quite worth it. I think it shows on the back here what it compiles. Let's see here. There we go. Collected here all 25 issues of Walter Simonson's Orion, as well as never before seen reprinted short stories, pinups, and sketch material. So very cool piece of DC Comics history here, and only $10 for you. Now, this guy, I can't get over how big it is, and I can't believe that I actually picked this up for myself. Now, this is Frank Miller's Sin City book. This is made, published by Dark Horse, and originally was $110. $110. That's insane. Why somebody bought it in the first place and then ended up having to donate it, it's just a shame. I mean, like, wow. But let me just open this for you. Now, this is, it's funny that I opened to a color page because the majority of the comic is actually black and white. The art is spectacular. This is like a noir kind of film brought to the pages of a comic book. I love the use of negative space and negative. It's hard to describe, but I mean, like, there's a lot of black, and where the white is, it seems to make the shapes there. So instead of drawing black lines to make a shape, it has all these really cool negative spaces that form shapes that you recognize, like as a car or whatever. And there are splashes of color here and there just to emphasize, to make emphasis. Now, this is not a kid's comic book. As you can see, some of the violence and some of the gore is very graphic. So I would not recommend this for young readers. But if you are a fan of Sin City, if you are a fan of Frank Miller's work, this is definitely for you. Originally $110. I am going to let this go for just $25. Now, if you guys are interested in that and you think it's a little high still, I can make a deal if you decide to buy a few other things. But $25 for this big guy. So the next things up for grabs are these awesome Infinity and Amiibo figures. Now, Amiibos and Infinity figures, the whole idea behind their creation was that they would unlock content in a game. Now, in the Infinity series, there was a bunch of more kid-oriented games where you would place these figures on a platform to unlock the character so that you can play them within other Disney playsets. So this is actually from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I believe a customer is actually looking for this. Look at the detail in this. I've got a couple of Marvel characters here. I've got Hawkeye with a broken bow, and I've got Thor here without his hammer. The hammer head has been broken off here. This is Tonto from the Lone Ranger when it was re-released by Disney. And then we also have Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, and we have our awesome platypus right over here. Where is he? There he is. Cool. Now, these are all in decent shape. As far as I know, they still work as far as the game. So I don't have the Infinity game to sell, but I do have these figures. By themselves, very cool pieces. The reason why I even collected some of these in the first place was because of their detail and the stylized way that they're created. I want to let these go for just a couple dollars each. So $2, $2, $2, $2, $2, $2. So that's technically $12 for all of them. I'll sell them all for $10, but it is $2 a piece if you just want one of them, or however many. So $10 for the lot, $2 a piece. So these Amiibos are also up for grabs, and they are specifically for Nintendo users. If you have a Wii U, or a Switch, these would probably work for you. These are Smash Brothers classic retro style figures here. There's the Rob robot from the original 8-bit guy, original 8-bit Nintendo. We've got the Mr. Game & Watch figure. Now this is like one of the LCD versions, and if you look in the box, you can actually switch his look on his base. So you can have a number, or you can have another animation frame from his animations, which is really cool. And then we also have the dog and the duck from Duck Hunt. Isn't that adorable? I used to play Duck Hunt on the original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and I just had so much fun with that. So this is actually pretty cool. This whole set is still boxed. I haven't even taken it out of the box. I want to sell the whole set to you for $5. It's red stickered over at EB Games now, so you can get it brand new for about $15. I'm going to sell it to you for $5 for all three of those. And likewise up here, these are out of box ones. Now I should probably put these two together and our Jigglypuff aside here. Jigglypuff I bought separately because I was getting into a few Pokemon Amiibos just because of the look of them. I mean, they really are like fabulous detailed figures. I just love their look. Just very similar to the Infinity figures. I love the way they are stylized and made. But this Jigglypuff is another Pokemon figure. Now these two guys are actually Mii fighters, and they actually were in a 3-pack, but the person who sold me these two he actually took the swords guy. So I only have the boxing guy and the shootist, but I will sell these each for $2, or all three for $5. So $5 for this, $5 for all three, or $10 for the whole set of Amiibos. Okay, so this concludes my Overflow Marketplace video today. It is a long reveal, obviously. So the Omnibus, the Frank Miller Sin City book, all of these video game figures, the books as well, these are all up for grabs on our My Marketplace. So please, if you want to check out my Facebook page for the pricing, please look at the description below. I will have the pricing also in the description below, just so that you have immediate reference to the prices and give you an idea. But I mean, please visit the page, find out what else is for sale. Please browse through my channel, because I have all kinds of videos, including a new haul reveal that I did just posted yesterday, as well as more videos that I've done in the last month or so. Very excited about where the marketplace is going, and very excited to see where this channel is going. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. So again, this is Richard from Richard's Corner signing out. Happy hunting, happy collecting, and I hope that all of your thrifty finds are equally as awesome. We will see you next time.